absolutely have to stay the course and continue to fight, keep the faith. Number 3, I have some news. I want to tell you a story about how bad corruption is and how far, yes, Harry, how far it goes back. I've been having some interesting dreams of my great-grandfather, who was known, and whose birthday I share, to walk out of the room when that son of a bitch, excuse me, John Kennedy would walk on the television. Why? He was a train engineer, he was an orphan, who would drive from Washington, Vincennes, Indiana, down to St. Louis, Missouri, and Joe, the father of John, would smuggle liquor on his train. And he knew, if you vote for my boy, I'll pay you in liquor. I grew up in the great state of Illinois where we were taught as downstaters that those Chicagoans who were dead rose to vote. How many people, by a show of hands, have stories like this in their family of how far back the corruption goes?
That's right. Yes, absolutely.
I get a shiver down my spine when I see what we're doing right now and see that there is a higher power and something else telling us to fight this, because we will not be able to do so again at a point in history like this.
Yeah, it's time to stop it.
Yes, that's right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I have been the plaintiff in a class action lawsuit suing our governor. I was not planning on coming here today.
Amen.
We have been struck down in every single court except for one, here in Thurston County. It is so corrupt in the state of Washington. I have lived and moved across country for corporations. I have my MBA in finance. I look at what has been happening just from a numbers point of view. There is no way that Trump, who I didn't vote for, by the way, is a libertarian. I was standing there in Nevada when they stole it and turned the lights off on us in Reno, Nevada, when Ron Paul won, and that was 2008. We have got to stop this corruption.
Absolutely.
Going to point number 2, you have to stay the course. You have to stay the course. Look at the people around you. Know their names. Sign up with some of the circulating petitions around here and just the organizing groups. They may try to kick us off Facebook. They will. They may try to get rid of all of our communication. We have got to keep talking to one another, organizing, praying together. Good Shabbos, by the way. I love your shofars. Keep talking. Keep congregating. Keep doing things. Wasn't it a small but active group of patriots who formed this country?
That's right.
I don't care if any of your friends are going, oh, well, I'm just going to stay out of the mainstream media and the rest. No. Give them the resources. Populist.press, Revolver. The real news is out there. Go to BitChute. Go to library. Third point. So I've covered corruption. I've covered keeping the faith and staying in touch and fighting for peace. 3, some of our attorneys tell us that they are looking into the deep corruption in Washington state. They have been out in Washington, D.C. I was not here when, who was it? Dino Rossi lost the election. There are those above, beyond God, who are looking down on this and many other elections. If we're rooting things out, we've got to go all the way.
Amen.
Thank you for your time. I'm going to give the mic to somebody named Icarus. And then, oh, there was one other person.
Icarus!
Does anybody else want to speak?
Yes, this young lady right
Come on up.
Young man right
Here's
there.
Icarus.
Hi everybody, I spoke last week and people asked me to speak again, so I guess here I am. I'm really nobody other than just a regular American patriot, but I would like to talk to you about a few things. One of them was why this country was founded in the first place. No taxation without representation. Okay, now what does that mean? That means that we're being forced by the barrel of a gun. If you don't think that's true, stop paying taxes and see who comes to your house. We're being forced by the barrel of a gun to pay into a system that is not representing us. The same thing happened that caused 1776, okay? The people were tired of paying taxes to a foreign king, queen, whatever, that they did not feel was representing them and their wants and desires for this nation. The same thing is going on right now today. And I also wanted to bring up something else which is very important. In the year 1945 through 1946, the Nuremberg Trials were held. And the Nuremberg Trials were a response to over 10 million deaths from all of our ancestors and many others who fought and died for the freedom to not be exposed to medical tyranny. The Nuremberg Trial and the Nuremberg Code, which led to the Geneva Convention, is very important because it makes it illegal to force an unconsenting person to participate in any medical treatment. What is that? Being forced to wear a mask, being forced to take a vaccination. They did this to stop the internment camps from ever happening again. People died for this. The Geneva Code. We need to stand up against this, because if we sit here now and everyone's like, okay, let's just wear a mask. I need to go to Walmart. I mean, I can't eat without going in. And then we comply to this, then the next thing you know, it's, well, do you have a negative COVID test? Have you had the COVID vaccine 1 through 5? Well, then you can't come in here. You might expose other people to illness. So our freedoms are being waned away via protection. They're trying to get us to trade our freedoms for safety. And you can't have both. Either you make yourself safe in a free society, example, or you give that power to someone else, and then that person's above you like a parent, and they can tell you what to do, and if you don't listen to them, they're gonna punish you. All right, I don't know who's next, but that's all I gotta say.
So, my name's Lisa, and I've been here the last 4 weeks, I guess it's been, and we got many people before to sign up with us to stand up. Like Paul, I was the same, just sat back and didn't really do anything, thought that all the legislature, all the representatives were handling it for us just as we voted. But now, unfortunately, our votes are being stolen, and this has been going on since probably well before 2011. If you look at it, we used to be able to vote at the polls, so they check your signature. You don't have to rely on a machine or 5 selected election specialists, which are hired by the election auditors. And so I just feel like the election system looks like Swiss cheese. We're a nonpartisan group, grassroots, just standing up, standupwa@gmail.com. That's what we are. We're standing up. Paul, is he still here? So we're collecting signatures, and not official petition signatures yet. We're before that. We're looking for hard workers that want to volunteer their time. We're not taking donations. We're looking for time to get signatures and go-getters that want to help us get 400,000 signatures statewide. So the people that I have here are going to go out and find 400,000 signatures. We're all going to work hard. Let me see. Stop the steal, Truly, stop the steal. This can go both ways, both parties.
We're going to leave in a little bit.
They should be wanting to have a secure voting system. It's not a big deal to